Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining. Just give it a couple more minutes for everyone else to kind of log in and we'll get started, all right? That was good though, right? All right, everyone. Thanks again for coming. I'm going to now share my screen with you all, and we're going to show you how to publish the perfect request for quote. We're going to do an example of a product and an example of a service as well. So I'm going to start. All right. So when everyone logs into their GovQuote account, they usually either will see a rocket ship if they've never published a quote before, a request for quote, or they will just see their other published requests. This is going to be your home page. Every time you guys log in, this is what you guys see. So to begin with, we're going to click New Request. And you're going to see these couple boxes to fill out. So what I'm going to do is, as an example, I'm going to use Chromebooks. Simple, easy enough to name your request, what you're generally looking for. Now, underneath where you name your request, you're going to put in all those details. So that includes what you would say is your model number. You would want to put the color of the Chromebooks you're looking for, the size of them, the quantity, any accessories you may need, and if you want shipping included. So you want to be as detailed as you can in your details of your request, just so that vendors don't ask you as many questions. You want them to get on a GovQuote, submit their quote to you, easy, super fast. So you want to put in all the information that they're going to need in the details of your request. So right underneath that, you can change the number of quotes you want from 5, 10, 15, or unlimited. And then you have the due date. So how the due date works is it automatically sets it out for 1 week. You can change that to 2 days after, a month after, depending on how long you want to leave your request open. It will close out if 10 vendors respond before the due date. It will automatically close out unless you allow 5 more slots. And then right underneath you see there's a drop files here. So what that means is if you have all the specs for, let's say, these Chromebooks already typed up on a letterhead, if you have them on an Excel file, if you have pictures, anything like that, you can just drag and drop that right here so that vendors can click on that information as well. And you won't have to type all that out over here if you already have it in a file. So after that, you click continue. And now here's a very important part. We select categories to find vendors who can supply or service your request. So Chromebooks would fall under the computer category. So if you type in computer, underneath computer will start to populate all different categories that relate to it. So if you're not really sure what the category would be, you can click View Details, and tablet computers would be a Chromebook. So anything like that you can see under that View Details tab, and it'll help show you what other products fall under computers. If you're, let's say, looking for some cases as well, you can click computer accessories, charging stations, anything like that you can find here. Electric cable and accessories. You can select as many categories as you'd like to help find vendors to supply that for you. So once you're done doing that, you just click Save as a Draft. You can review your request. So you have your title, the categories you selected, a full description, and right now it's in the draft status. Let's say you find a spelling error or you decide you wanted to add more categories in, you can simply click Edit, or if you're ready to go, you can just click that Publish button. And your request is out, live, ready to go. So where you can find it again is if you go back to My Requests, you'll see it under the Publish tab, Chromebooks. You can click on it and you can see it again just like that. It is super easy. I'm going to also show you now how to do one for services. So let's say you are looking for a firework display. Name the request. So in your details of your request, you would put looking for a locally trained or licensed vendor. You want to put the location of where this is going to take place, so an address, how much the permit may cost, and how long your display will be. So if you want the display for a 30-minute show, you put that there as well. And then you want to put the date that this will be taking place. So just like in the others before, you type in the number of quotes you want to allow. You have a due date in here. Any files, let's say it's going to be on a lake or on a dock. What you can do is you can either take a picture of that location or maybe from the previous year if you have any of that information. You can drag and drop that file here. And then after that, this is both a product and a service. They're fireworks and you need someone to set this up for you. So if you just type in fireworks, underneath it will start to populate different categories. There it is, pyrotechnics, perfect, fireworks. If you wanted something else to go with it, you can unselect products and only see the services in relation. You just like that, super easy, you just add that service check mark as well. But just like before, you click Save as a Draft. You have your full description right there, title, and when you're ready, just click Publish. Super simple, and just like that, 0 out of 10, this is where the quotes will start appearing. And just like that, it'll appear again under My Requests. Just one more, just to kind of do it one more time. Just another example, ammunition. Something that's not as popular as Chromebooks or furniture or anything like that. So you would want to say the caliber of the gun that it would be used for, how many rounds you're needing, maybe you have a specific brand that you're looking for. And then if you want shipping included, you would also add that in there. Simple enough. Again, number of quotes, date, if you have any pictures, or maybe you wanted also something to carry the ammunition in, you can put that in there. If you have a picture of something you already have and you want to add to that, you can add that there. Again, you just click Continue. Type in ammunition. And just like that, it auto-populates. Ammunition, if you wanted an accessory to go with that, you can select that too. If you wanted firearms and ammunition, you can select that. All just based on a keyword. And the way it works is we use the United Nations Standard Products and Service Codes. And it's all based on keywords. So let's say you don't find anything because you're being really specific. You want to use more of a broad term to find what you're looking for. Again, save as a draft, have your full description, the title, the categories, and just like that, click publish, and all the 3 requests are right there. So I'm going to stop sharing. Does anyone have any questions, maybe on specs or on finding categories, maybe an experience you may have had, but never really had any answers to yet, or maybe had a request out there you didn't get any answers and you want to see maybe you did something wrong, or maybe you don't think you published it correctly? We're always here to help answer those questions you may have. And you can either unmute yourself and ask the question, or you can use the chat located on the right-hand side. All right, well, you guys have our email just like how you, how many characters can you type in the text box? We don't have a limit currently, so it's unlimited. If you have something you want to copy and paste, you can just do that. It's not like a Twitter or anything like that. You don't just have 160 characters, so you can type out a long list of whatever you'd like. Also, I kind of forgot to show you guys this, which may help as well. I'm going to go back and share my screen with you.
No. You're already presenting it.
Oh, no, I stopped.
Oh.
Yep. So if you go back to your requests, if you click the All Open Requests tab, any other agency that has used GovQuote, you'll be able to see their request as well. So let's say you're not really sure, maybe forgot something, you can always kind of look at someone else's request as a template maybe, and you'll be able to see, oh, I totally should have added that one in, I didn't really think of that. You can also look at other requests to work off of. Well, you guys have our email that you guys did the RSVP to. There's also a blue chat box on the bottom right-hand corner of your GovQuote account as well, where you can ask questions. You can reach out to myself individually. Oh, perfect. Yeah, with, can you go back and modify? Yeah, so after you publish your request, I'll go ahead and show that. So let's say you posted this request and you decided, oh no, I forgot to add something, or maybe the quantity has changed and you want to add more. You can simply click this edit button, and just like that, it'll go back to your original, request a quote page, and you can say, instead of, you wanted originally 20 and now you're looking for 50. You can just do that, change the number right there. Click continue. If you maybe wanted to add another category because maybe you added an accessory that you didn't have originally, you can do that as well. Just like before, type in a keyword. Let's say you wanted the Chromebooks and now you need some printers with it. Just add that in, just the circle with the arrow. Let's say you now need to take out a category. You select the little circle with the arrow pointing to the left. It'll deselect it. You'll click save again, and instead of clicking publish again, it'll just automatically republish. And I know we also had a question about sharing the request. So if you have a vendor that you've purchased this item before or these services from, you can click share request, and it'll show you this link right here. You can either copy this link or you can click this little mail icon, and you can send that out to your local vendors. They can create an account and they can quote you at no charge, just to make sure everyone knows there's no fees, there's no charges for using GovQuote, inviting your vendors, having your vendors respond. We don't charge them anything to do that. We don't charge you guys any fees to add them in. So you can share your request just like that, copying the link or clicking that little mail icon, and it'll send that out to your vendors. And then that way you have new vendors on here and your current vendors all in one area. So that way you can have more of an accurate audit record, and you can have an accurate view of what your vendors are quoting you at. Which also brings me to the view audit record. If you click on this, it's actually really great. It'll show you who published the request, when they published it, when they wanted it due, all the categories, and then it'll show you how many companies were notified about this and who actually got the notification for it. And then once you start getting responses, it'll all start to populate underneath. So you'll start to see company A has responded with $20,000. Company B has maybe responded with $25,000. So you'll be able to see any conversation you had, any documents they might have uploaded, how many responses you got will all be shown in this audit record. And that's why we encourage you to invite your current vendors on here so that your audit record is accurate of what you've received in your total way of getting vendor responses. And you can either print that or share it with someone else who has a GovQuote account, or you can save it to your drive. Great questions. Any other questions in regards to, maybe going back to edit your request or the audit record function in any way? Did I show everyone how to share, the invites properly?
You touched on the audit record. We'll have a dedicated, webinar.
So, this webinar was pretty much how to request the quote. We'll be having, either bi-weekly or weekly. We'll try to do more of these to show you more about the audit record, what you can find in that. We have an area where you can use custom fields, so we'll be going over that as well. And all the small little things that you might not know about that can help you in the long run. If you edit it after publish, will vendors that have already provided quotes know there are edits? Yes, great question. So when you publish a request, vendors who are in that category get email notified. Once you update that, every vendor who is under that category will see that you've updated it, as well as the vendors who have already responded. So it's everyone who falls into that category will see that you have edited your request. We send out email notifications. It will also show on your audit record that you edited your request, and in any of the chats you have with the vendors, it'll show there as well.
Maybe is there anything in particular they want to see for the next one?
Is there anything in particular that you guys want to see maybe in the next webinar that you guys would think could be really helpful? We'd love to, get some ideas. We want to make sure that we're making these tailored to the users, not just maybe what we might know, but maybe things that you guys don't know that we want to help you succeed in. All right, well, we'll give it just one more minute, and then we're going to be wrapping up today. We want to make these short and easy, so we're going to be putting just that general email again in the chat box so everyone has it. And again, there's a little blue chat box at the bottom right-hand corner of your GovQuote account. So you'll be able to see that as well. And if you have any questions, you can ask that to us. We're always here to help. If you need something more tailored to your team, we're more than happy to do training with you guys. We can do it just like this and even make it more personalized to your own account. So we're always here to help. And if anyone has any other things, they can let us know. But other than that, we're pretty much done for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you guys again next week.